What's up everybody, it's Poison here and I'm back with a tutorial of Paragon, now known as Predecessor. And today I got a special treat for all you eager gamers out there looking to get into this game. A guide on mastering and building one of my favorite heroes, Khaimera. Khaimera is an absolute beast on the battlefield, and if you want to dominate him, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll be breaking down the build and providing you with some essential tips to help you become a true asset to your team. Okay, right from the get-go, you want to start off with the Warrior Crest, and then you want to go for the Icecorn Talons. This guy. So the first thing you want to build towards is the Overlord build. And make sure you go through the left side of the tree just so you can get the Barbaric Cleaver to help you clear out some of the jungle. If you're new as well, I really suggest you look through his ability and read them just so you better understand what they do and how to better use them. You want to start with the red buff to get the damage over time and slow on basic hit. After receiving it, you should be able to get your second ability, Ambush. And the order you want to unlock your ability is going to be Unleash, Ambush, Invigorate, and Call. And I'll show you why you need that specific order and why it's going to help you in the long run. You notice here I start off with the Unleash, and you want to get the attack speed up, just so you can have regeneration built up for Khaimera. That's where he really comes to play, because you'll notice 7.5, 8, 8.5, and you get to the point where you're regenerating so much that the enemy's not doing any damage, and that's going to help you clear out the jungle buffs more effectively without you having to worry about your health. As soon as you defeat the red buff, you will be able to unlock your second ability. And you want to go for the Ambush. And this one's the key right here, because a lot of people don't know this. You can use this to attack enemies through walls, running away. So you'll notice I was able to jump through the wall to lock onto the target and get the other buff. And you can use this to escape enemies, flanking, or when enemies are trying to get away from you, it's going to help you hunt them down. Alright, so here I'm going for the other jungle buff. So, same way, Unleash in, and then so ambush in, and then unleash. And then you don't have to worry about your health, because you're going to be healing from hitting the jungle minions. Something to note key with Khaimera is that he no longer heals from hitting the enemy minions. And I hate that they did that, but I guess they had to nerf him somehow. You used to be able to get to the point where you would heal so much from the enemy minions and heal so much from the actual towers itself. You could take down a tower by yourself without help of your minions, because you'd be healing so much that the tower wouldn't do any damage to you. Alright, so once you have those two abilities, you'll see them in play here. I use my ambush to close the gap between me and this gadget here, and then she's trying to get away. And that's why Khaimera is pretty useful, and especially if you unlock these two abilities in this specific order. So here I'm trying to close this gap. I know she's in low enough health and I can regenerate enough that I can get the kill and back away. So I'm able to use the ambush, close that gap, get the kill. Now I'm able to retreat, and once you unlock the Invigor, that's what's going to help you heal as well. So there's a 14-second cooldown for my Invigor, but I was fine. I was able to get away and I got the kill. So here I'm going to recall back and see where I'm at in terms of gold, see what I can do to keep moving up the tree. Right, so the goal is going to be the Barbaric Cleaver. These here are going to be very useful, especially if you did a risky ambush, or you're trying to get away from an enemy, or just get faster towards another goal. So you'll see how I use those later on in the video. So you want to be jungling, so get the buffs, and then be able to support your teammates on the lanes. You'll notice here, I'm using the Unleash to get the regen up, and then I'm actually able to use the ambush to move on to the next camp right away without using my regen. So I'm able to travel a big distance from one camp to another camp with keeping my regen at an all-time high. These guys aren't even doing any damage to me at this point. Another thing I want to point out as well, you want to upgrade your abilities in the same order you basically unlock them. You do not want to rely on the invigorate for healing too often, and just focus on your unleash and ambush. So around this point, I'm actually having a pretty good build and stats where I'm at. I'm actually able to tank through these Grugs and Fangtooth with my regen and my invigorate, because I unlocked them in the right order and I've upgraded them in the correct order as well. That's something very key here. So the Grugs will try to get away. My ambush is at level 2. So they're trying to get. So I use a little bit of my blip here, and then I'm able to lock onto him and use the unleash to kind of finish him off. And then the regen again is going to come in handy as well. After this fight, I'm able to use these jungle minions to do some damage. I went into the fight with around 800 health, and by the time I finish with these minions, I'm around 1,000. Thanks to the regen and the way you can bring up your attack speed with the unleash to heal up quick. And I can go right for this wraith right here. And then let's talk about this ambush technique. I don't see many people use this. And what I mean is going behind the enemy tower, in between towers, to kill an enemy. I haven't seen anybody use that really. I've been doing it a lot, very helpful. So I cut through the jungle, flank around, and I'm able to get a lot of kills that way. So one thing, just keep an eye on gold all the time. So I notice here I have enough to go back and buy the Overlord build that I wanted to. So I'll go with Overlord. And then to get the boost in health. Right after Overlord, you want to go for the stone wall. And you want to make sure you build the middle tree if you're going for the stone wall. You can go for the Basilisk as well. But personally, I've noticed better results with the stone wall because of the gauntlets. And you'll notice your 150% increase on base regen. But if you go through the middle tree, you get these stalwart gauntlets. They give you a 100% increase on the base regen plus the 150% health, which is really going to help you tank through enemies and regenerate much quicker. You want to get the call as soon as you're able to unlock it. That's another main thing. As soon as you're able to get the call, you want to unlock it. And this is going to help you once you combine it with the ambush. Because if you have an enemy that's low and running away, you can ambush, and instead of beating them down with the unleash, just do a call and you should be able to finish them up right away. So you notice here the Serath here, go in, use the call, and bam. And then I'm able to get away from this Grux here. Because the call as well is also able to stun him for a little. Alright, so you're building towards the stone wall. You can build towards the Basilisk as well because you want them both equipped as well. Both items equipped. As soon as you get the Crest evolution though, you want to go for the Icecorn Talons. You can also go for the Brutalex, which I like as well. But from this video, I'm just going for the Icecorn Talons, which I think is very useful. You get the Glacier Sheet that's able to protect you for a few seconds, and you're able to actually help you get some kills in while you have that as well. At this point here, the way I have the abilities upgraded, with everything unlocked, you are able to help your team by actually taking out the Fangtooth by yourself. With the Invigor, with the regen, with your call, and the ambush. You should have no issue with the Fangtooth yourself. So here you'll see me going for this Fangtooth, and I'm regenerating pretty much as I'm getting damage as well. It might be receiving a little bit more. And then I get third party by this Grux. And you'll notice here I'm actually able to tank both of them. So I'm getting damage from the Fangtooth and the Grux. And I'm actually almost about to take both down. But then I get third partied again. And yeah, should have killed that Grux there. But you'll notice 3 people were on me. And I was actually able to almost destroy the Fangtooth and the Grux on a 2v1. Alright, so now I have the stone wall, and then I want to go for the Basilisk, and I want to go through the left tree just to get the physical power up. And you can get some of the other ones as well if you'd like, but the left tree I think I've got the best results with just to get the power up. The next thing I want to talk about is the evading. So here I'm trying to go for this gadget here, and I use the ambush to close the gap between me and the gadget, and I'm able to do some serious damage in. Here I felt kind of dumb because I didn't know what this item she placed down was, and I thought I could jump over it. It actually grabbed me down, and it put me in a tough spot with the Scrugs pushing me as well. So here I'm trying to evade. It's a third-person game, so a lot of angles, have a lot of blind spots here. Here you notice I take a sharp right turn, and I'm in the blind spot here, and I'm able to actually go around this Scrugs without being noticed. The gadget's there as well, and this is where the coal is very important because that stuff like that can stun them. Here I missed it, so now as a second solution we have the plants. I'm able to put the plant between me and them, driving us apart. And that's something the junglers must know how to use, the plants, because you can use them to get away efficiently and keep going further down. So here again, remember I'm building towards the basilisk. I'm going through the left side of the tree just to get the physical power up, and I continue with jungling, and then also providing support to the lanes as well. So here I see this Arath is coming in, so I'm coming in, use this ambush to get the distance so that I don't let her escape. So she thinks she can get away from me this way, but because through your regen you're able to take a lot of tower damage as well in the invigorate. And look, my ambush is ready. She thinks she has enough of a gap between us, so I'm able to go in, drop the call, get the kill, and then retreat. So you really can be an absolute menace with Khaimera. So here I'm trying to retreat, and I actually get third party now by somebody else while I'm trying to retreat. And this is where I'm going to use the evading again to get right away. And I'm telling you, it's really easy just because it's third person, especially if you have this type of gap that I have between me and her. So here I'm taking these sharp turns to get out of the side of line, and I'm able to actually go around. At this point she thinks I'm going back to the lane, but so she starts heading out towards the lane, if you see her here, and I'm able to hide behind these minions and recall. So evading, practice that as well, and then just suit up, prepare, and come back at it again, drop some kills. Alright, so evading again, very important, especially you need to be able to do it right with Khaimera. So here it looks like they destroyed an ally inhibitor, so I'm like, okay, I have to go help out. So I recall here, and I see it's down the left lane. I'm still building towards my basilisk, and you'll notice something very important, I'm not going down the left lane. The last thing I want is for that Sevrog to see that I'm chasing it along with the Sevrog, and backs down. So what I want to do is get behind them, so when she wants to run, she's actually running towards me. So I'm flanking around, and I'm going into between the jungle. So now look, she's running towards me actually, so I didn't have to waste my ambush and go to her. Then I use my ambush as she's escaping. By blip, I'm able to get her again, and then my call. And then I'm right able to finish her off. She tries to run again with my ambush. I see a lot of Khaimera simply waste their ambush getting to the enemy, and then the enemy is able to blip away and escape. So you have to be very mindful how you use the abilities to make sure you're properly using Khaimera. And then remember, don't forget your main role, you're the jungler, so you want to stay in the jungle and come out to provide support for your teammates on the lanes here. So here I'm recalling, I go back to some jungling, then I see an allied tower destroyed, so I have to go out and provide support for my teammate. I see the Saraz up ahead, and once again I went from behind, because she has to run towards me either way, so I don't want to use my ambush getting to her. She's going to run this way, and I can do some damage with my unleash. Then she tries to build a gap. That's where you want to use the ambush, when they're trying to get away from you. So I'm able to use my ambush to get her to her. I use my call on her, and then I'm able to secure the kill, back away again, back into the jungle, and recall, and keep providing support to my teammates. And as a summary, if you just want the item list, here you go. In mastering Khaimera's gameplay, kickstart with the Warrior Crest, paving way for the formidable Overlord build. You should be doing fine. Swiftly progress to the Icecorn Towns upon your Crest evolution. Start building Stonewall, and you want to start advancing towards the Basilisk. For the abilities, you want to prioritize unlocking the abilities in this order. Unleash, Ambush, Invigorate, and Cull for the most optimal combat efficiency. You don't want to rely on Invigorate too much. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any comments or suggestions, or any ideas for my next video, please let me know, or any ideas on how I can make my videos better for you guys, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, happy gaming.